Q&A. So I don't know how the Q&A is going to work with all the internet problems. But I'll do a bit of a testimonial and then we can see how the internet's going. Okay? So hopefully everyone can hear me at least. I don't mind if you can't see me.
But is your internet connection a bit dodgy?
Mine should be fine. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you fine. Just
you hear me fine. That's fine.
Okay, can everybody mute?
Yes.
Okay, and hopefully I'll do my testimonial and then we'll see about the Q&A because I don't know how to mute anyone or anything like that. So my testimonial. So I've been in the business a year now, and the main reason why I joined was because I was pregnant and I was doing 70 hours a week at work, and I was on minimum wage, so I was coming out with less than £1,000. For 70 hours a week, I was coming out with less than £1,000, and then I fell pregnant and all I wanted to do was be at home. Even before I came along, all I wanted to do was stay at home and I wanted to make a life for ourselves. And I never ever wanted to miss anything in his life. And he's a little shit sometimes, but I have never ever missed a moment in his life. And so I joined, it was December, 2015. So the first month, I made £300, and that was in December. And then I hadn't been to any events, and I went to my first 10 steps in January, and my first showcase in January, and then in February I managed to go gold. And I think the only reason why I managed to progress that quickly was because of the events. So I encourage, and I know all of you, I think all of you have been to events, I've seen all of you there, but anyone that hasn't, that is exactly what you need to do. And I think one of the main reasons why I got asked to speak, or why I asked to speak originally, was because I built my group up so quickly. I mean, I have 180,000 people in my group now, and I'm really honest about that. The size of my group, everyone thinks, oh, you must be getting thousands of pounds in orders, and it's not about that. It is about, I think even if you had 1,000 people in your group, you'd probably do better than me with orders, because it's about how you communicate with these people. And like, I have a big team as well, so I can't communicate with all these people in the group. So I think the main thing I've got from building my group is recruitment, and that's obviously where I've got my business from. So as I don't have all these sales, I get the recruitment. I mean, my goals for this year were to get my check to £2,000, which I managed to do in December, to go senior, which I managed to do in December, and to go qualify for the holidays. And I'll be honest, the first holiday I qualified for was India. And I didn't qualify in the first lot, I qualified on the 5 extra spaces. And I saw my name on the leaderboard for the first time, and I was like, how the hell have I done that? And Deborah Pusey, my sponsor, she's like, well, this is what you've done, this is what you've done. And I was like, I thought the holidays were like, I thought you was lying. Because when I joined up, she said to me how many holidays she'd been on. And I was like, it's like, that can't be true. But at that point in my life, I was stuck. I have to join. I needed the money. And I even said at Lynn's meeting, I honestly thought she was lying about the holidays. But obviously now I've been on 2. She definitely was not lying. So, I mean, compared to some people, I don't have a big testimonial. But for what I wanted a year ago, like December 2015, my check was £300. This year it was £2,054, and my goal was to never go back to work, or at least as soon as he arrived I didn't have to go back to work. The day I joined Clean Easy, I had never ever went back to my job, and a month after I joined Clean Easy, because I was on maternity pay, I left my job a month afterwards, and I had God knows how many more weeks of maternity pay, and I said, you know what, I don't need your money, because I earned it myself. I mean, that's really most of my testimonial, because I don't have a big one.
Brilliant.
That's it really. So I know they wanted me to do a Q&A.
Okay, can you hear me, Nicole? Can you hear me, Nicole?
I can hear you.
Okay, all I'm going to say is they're going to be asking you loads of questions.
I can hear
They're going to ask you loads of questions. It's mainly about your lead generation. So all I'll do is ask people to ask, because you obviously can't hear me. Well, we'll start with just Jane. Jane, do you want to kick off your question? Jane.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, say that
I'm just
again
going
when
to
you're breaking up a wee bit.
Can you kick off your question, Jane? Can you hear me, Jane?
Oh, I think for me anyway, the questions that I would want to ask is how did you add people to your group so quickly? Where did you get your 100 leads a week from? I'll fire all of them at you and then it gives you a bit to talk about. How did you get your 100 leads a week? Where did you get them from? And yeah, start with those 2 or 3 and I'm sure other people will be quite happy with that.
So with my group, when I first joined up, I set up my group and I only added, it was 100 people. So it was 100 people that were my friends. And then when I joined, we did a little charm bracelet and it was a lovely bracelet. It had a little heart on it. And that's the only prize I give away. And I got loads of people adding their friends from that. And I'll be really honest, the first 2 months, I invested a lot of money, which at that time, a lot of money was about £50, into competitions, which it does seem like a lot. But in that point, it really helped me. I mean, it helped me to get gold, really, because I recruited my team members from my group. So that, I mean, some people, they can't afford to do that. But because I was hitting the bonus, I invested my bonus pretty much for 2 months into competitions, did them back to back, and I did that for a good 6 months. I mean, I don't do it as much now because I don't need to be in my group. And when I first started off, when I went gold, every single person I recruited, it was from my own group. So it was basically from doing the competitions. I mean, now I get 100 leads at least a day, and that's purely from doing the amount of posts. I've built my account up so much that I'm not going to get blocked. So I can do 60 in the morning, I can do 60 in the evening, and I won't get blocked. But some people, they can only do 15 or 20. But the way to build it up is the other activity. So change the picture, like as much stuff as you can, comment as much stuff as you can. But I also have access to Richard's account. So I can get leads from that, but with it being a male account, I do find I don't get anywhere near as many leads as what I do on my own account. But I think getting the leads, it is all about the numbers and how many posts you do, but you do have to be careful because we know how easy you can get banned. So you have to build it up slowly, and everyone can get there. But I don't want to encourage people to do like 100 posts, because you will get banned if you haven't like built up your activity.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Nicole. Can I just clarify a couple of things? Sorry. The £50, was that every month you invested that in competitions, or was it?
I invested about £50 for the first 2 periods that I was in the business, and then the 3rd period I went gold. When I went gold, I still did the competitions, but I would invest maybe £20 or something. And now I'll probably do about a £5 because I don't need to build my group, but I still like doing it. I'm doing that.
And the posts that you do 60 twice a day, are these in external groups? Are they
external groups? Yeah.
All external.
I mean, I'll do in my own group. I'll do one in the morning and one in the evening still, because you have different people on. I mean, I find that I recruited a lot of people at like 6 in the morning, and they were all young mums, the same as me when I just had Tyler. But then in the evening, I still do the recruitment post, and there's a lot of working mums, and they still want the extra money. So it's best to do it at both times a day, I think.
Right, there's questions flashing up.
And what's my?
Could you read through it, Jane?
Sorry?
Heather and Shirley, they've asked questions.
I can't hear
Shirley
you.
will not cover the comps because we've got training
Yeah.
for that. But Heather's asked a question as well, and that's quite a good way of doing it. If they could put the question down, then Jane can read it out, maybe, since people can't hear me. On the chat, if you look at the chat, can you see the chat, Jane? Can everybody hear me at the minute? Because if you can, I'll just read it out. Shirley, that's a separate training. But what Heather's asking is it the same groups?
Can you turn your sound down when once Heather comes on?
Is it the same groups every day?
The questions in the chat box, can you read them out to me?
It's not the same groups. I mean, I'm in, on my main account, I'm probably in about 2,000 selling groups. And on an iPhone, on the Facebook app, you can actually work out the groups that you visited last. So you just go right down, you're posting like 30 groups. It changes, so you're never posting the same groups each day.
Yeah. I know a question that Heather asked me earlier, and just is, what sort of things are you asking? What sort of ads are you putting? Did you hear that okay, no?
No, your internet is bad.
I know, and it's supposed to be the best you can get. What? I need to type it. Right, okay.
Yeah, type it, definitely.
I've just typed a question as well, Nicole. I said, are the recruitment posts or are they products that you're posting?
So I have a few different recruitment posts. The first one is my check, and I show my check from December 2015 and then this December, so you can see the difference. A couple of other ones I do a collage of products, and then a couple of others I just do one product. But I find with a lot of different people in other teams, they use, you can see different companies and they have the generic posts. It's like recruitment, join my team. And I think they're the worst thing to use. I mean, when I first joined, I used them and I got nothing from them. So the best thing to use is either your check, if you have a check, or a picture of a product you've taken yourself. That's the best one, because then people don't realise it's such a big company. Or use a collage of pictures. That's definitely a good thing. Right, let me have a look at Lynn's question. What type of things do I see in adverts? So with my check, obviously I'll say this is it's like a little mini testimonial that I'll put with my check, and then with like the product pictures, I'll just put who wants to earn a bit of extra money, selling products like these, no boss, no targets. I mean, my recruitment ads are nothing special, it's just generic things, but I think that the picture is the main thing. They want to stand out for everyone, because I've noticed now the new K-Life's come out, everyone's posting K-Life pictures everywhere, which I did at first, and then everyone else has done it. So now I've gone back to just having a picture of a product that I've taken, and I've recruited more people from a picture of one product than I have of a collage or the actual K-Life collage.
Brilliant.
Let's see. What's this thing? Do you use? The only social media I use is Facebook, and I know that a lot of people buy leads. I don't know how they buy leads, but I've never paid for a lead. It's literally all through Facebook. I know a lot of people try eBay. I don't know what else they could use. Literally, my whole business was built through Facebook. How do hang on a second. I do highly, but I do try to do 60 in the morning and 60 in the evening. But if I have Tyler, it's usually more spaced out throughout the day. I'll be honest, I find it hard to train so many people at one time, but I've seen the benefits of having a big team, and the way that I managed to put all the training into one, because I'm not just recruiting one people, I'm recruiting 10 at one time. I'll do Zoom calls, I'll do stuff like this, or group chats, and I'll make sure if anyone's struggling, everyone knows all the info. I admit it is hard, and it's hard to do all the training at once, but the benefits of having all these people at once is a lot better. I mean, my goal is always to recruit 10 people a period, which to a lot of people is a lot because you have to train the 10 people. But if you do all the training in one go, it does help. And if you do it like that, I find it the same as recruiting one person, because you're doing the training as fun. I mean, it is hard, but I've seen the benefits of recruiting so many and doing the training. And you do get people that leave. I mean, I think it's the same if you're recruiting 1 or 2 people. There will be people that leave, and I'll have people that leave. I think that's just part of the business. It's part of the numbers. You have to work through the numbers to get the right people in the business. Are my team members all online? I would say, apart from 2 people that recruited a year ago which joined to do catalogues, every person since that have all been online. So out of everyone that joined online, I would say 97% of them do catalogues now. I always try to recruit through the online because I think it appeals more to people nowadays. But once they get online, they get all their sales, I find that they see all their success in the groups, and they start doing the catalogues. And I think that's really helped. How do I manage my time? I'll be honest, not very well. Me and my partner Richard, we've literally a scheduled diary of what we do. So I get up in the morning before Tyler wakes up, and I do all my posts. Then we get Tyler, he has his breakfast, we go out, we do catalogues, we pick the catalogues up we've done the day before, we come back, give Tyler his dinner, we have a play, we have family time, then Rich goes to work, and then I do my deliveries, do my orders, whatever I can do in that time. Then Tyler has his tea, get him to bed, Richard comes home, looks after Tyler, and then I do my online posts. And I'll be honest, some days we don't manage it. Like some days we'll get to the first stage of what we were meant to do. But I think that the good thing with the business, yes, time management is important. But if you miss something off, you're not going to get fired. Yes, you might lose a little bit of what you wanted to achieve, but you're not going to get fired. It's your business, and it's up to you what you do. What tips have you got for other mums about juggling the kid, finding time for posting? The time for posting, I mean, when I was pregnant, I was posted all the time. I had all day to post. It is really difficult with a child now, so I can imagine with mums with more than 1 kid, like how hard it is. But I find there's good times of posting and bad times. I find in the morning and really late at night is a good time for posting. But if you have a child and you can't do that time, then the best time for you to post is when you have the time, as long as you're doing enough posts. So say you only have time to do posts between 8 and 9 o'clock at night. Don't just do one, like do 30. Get the post in, and that's where you'll see the leads coming from. Right, you have to give us a sec to go through all these questions. I'm also sure your leads from. Never buy a lead. No, I've never bought a lead. That literally all from Facebook. I know a lot of people buy leads, but I think I think you can get that many free from Facebook. I think it's a waste of time to pay for them now. I personally think eventually you will get them more from Facebook and you will have to invest. But at the moment, I have never paid for a lead, and I really disagree with it, to be honest. Let's see, how do you manage to follow up with so many leads? I find it really hard to actually follow up on my leads because I do get that many. But what I do is, as soon as I send someone any information, I write the name down and I write the date it was, and if it's from my account or my partner's account. And then, so I've got the date when I send the information. So I'll look through my notes 2 days after that, then I will follow them up. So I do give them 2 days. And I find that I don't miss anyone then. I know exactly who I'm sending it to and what exact day. Let me have a look again. What page did you go through from initial message? Sign in. Okay, so I send the initial message. I give them 2 days, and then I say, are you interested? Have you got any questions? All that kind of stuff. And if they say, I want to know this, I want to know that, I have generic messages that I send to people. Because I found at first I was sending that many messages, I was typing it out, it was taking me forever. And I was like, I could just copy and paste this because it is literally the generic questions that you get. And what I kind of do with people, because I get a lot of young people wanting to join, and with a young person myself, I am petrified of phone calls. I absolutely hate it. So when I'm signing up someone up, I'll give them all the info and I said, look, the next day, but if you don't want that, that's fine. And a lot of people that I don't want to speak to, I don't want to give my details. And then we always have a phone call. I always have a phone call with them after. Now they know that they're not being ripped off. And it is a struggle with some people even getting their details over Messenger. But it's just one of the things that you have to go through. Right. Do you do telephone appointments to present the business? Okay. It's mainly either emails or Messenger. I send all the information over Messenger, and then the same thing again. If they want a phone call, I will give them it, but I don't pressure them, because I found out at first, like, I was trained. You have to do a phone call. You have to do it. You can't send them up any other way. And I wasn't getting much response. And like, I was petrified of the phone, so I was like, I'm not doing it. And I did get my response from actually asking them, do you want to speak over the phone or do you want to do it over Messenger? And every team member that I've recruited over Messenger actually speaks to me on the phone now, because they've had my trust. And I think sometimes it is a little bit pushy. What questions do people ask the most? The question I get asked the most is, what is my secret with recruiting? And the answer to that is, there isn't a secret. It's literally just the amount of work I put in. And I think I did put a lot of work in at the beginning, and it was when I was pregnant with Tyler. So I had literally 24 hours a day I had to build a business. So when people compare themselves, well, I joined then, I'm not gold. I had a million times more time. So people should never, ever, ever compare. Do you send a link to videos, or do you give them the videos? Yeah, I know it's different for different teams, but we have a couple of links for different videos for the business, and I also send them my testimonial videos as well. How long did you wait before recruiting team members? So I joined in December, well, it was the last day of November 2015, and I got my first team member in January 2016. And she did a little bit. She got me to 50%, and then I went to the showcase, and then I recruited like mad, and then went gold the month after. So Do you send links to the info by messages? Kate, I send. What I tend to find is I send everyone information over Messenger. And what I do is I make sure every person messages me first. Because if you send a message, if you send the initial message, it can come up as spam if it's the same kind of message. But if you're replying to a message, it doesn't come up as spam. So on my recruitment ads now, I always say, you message me. And even if they comment saying, can I have info, I put, no, you message me, because then if I reply, I could reply as many times as possible to as many different people. And it doesn't come up as spam, so the links don't get overused. I think she meant what questions. Right, hang on a sec. There's that many questions now. Oh, I understand what you mean. What's the most question prospects ask? The questions prospects ask, I think the obvious one is it a scam? And then I show them my check. Have you forged your check? But I think the most question I get asked is, do I have time to do it? Because like I always try and target mums or families that really could do with the money. So I think the question I get asked the most is, can I do it with a full-time job? And their question is yes, because it's up to you how much you want to earn from it. I mean, I was doing 70 hours a week and I kind of gave up my job because it was a lot of crap. But there's lots of people on my team. I mean, my new godlike, she works full time and she did part-time hours with this. I mean, when she did the part-time hours, she worked her ass off. But I think the question is, I get asked the most from prospects is, can I do it when I have this? I have children, I have a job, I have a dog, I have anything else. And I think that's the question I get asked the most. I also get asked, is there a startup fee? Which I think we all get asked, and the question is yes, because you don't start a business for free. And I think usually when I say that, people are like, well, yeah, you don't start a business for free, really. How many of your sales come from online and catalogs in team? Okay, so I would say, let me think, 95% is online and 5% is from catalogs. And with myself, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm lazy, but with the amount of team members I have to look after, some months I will do no retail. And then some months I can do £2,000 just from catalogs because I have a customer base. But I think me and my team is pretty much online, and they'll do a few catalogs to their friends and family, but I don't have one person I could say is a big catalog retailer at all. Did you say you target certain people in your recruitment ads? I do target certain people, and some days I'll do my recruitment ads in baby groups, baby buy and sell groups, because I can post in there at 6 a.m, and there'll be baby mamas online, and I'll get so much interaction from that. And I'll be honest, the worst thing I've found people doing is trying to recruit in the job groups. So jobs in Wales, jobs in England, jobs in Yorkshire. I wouldn't even bother with those. They're absolutely terrible. Because those groups have been made for like jobs in that area, so working in a pub, working in an office, and it's just full of all these different networks and no one cares. So I would avoid them groups. I would try the baby buy and sell groups, and then if I've posted in them groups a bit too much, I need a change. The best groups is your local ones, because you can support people so much better when they're local to you. I mean, my team is all over the country, but I do have quite a lot of people local to me, and the people that are local, I find are doing so much better, because I can give them the catalogs, I can support them, we can do all these different things. Let me see where the comments are now. How many posts externally do your team? I'm on like. I'm
Was it a video?
Yes.
Oh, that was trouble.
Alright, let me finish off. Sorry, that was Richard. How many posts externally do your team do per day to reach target sales? So my team that I would say that we're doing successfully are doing the same as me, and there's a good link, and I think it's sellonfacebook.co.uk, something like that. And I'll be honest, I think people find the most sales are from the wrong group. You can get them from external groups, but for recruitment, I have 3 people that have already taken me this month, which I'm not happy about in a way. But they're doing more than me. They're doing the post more than me, and I think all the evidence I have from my team for doing well is the amount of work they do. It doesn't matter where you post. In a way, it's all about the work that you do. Let me read through these now. Do you have many distributors close by, and so how do you manage that? So I'm in Newcastle, which is quite a big area because we have Newcastle, Durham, Gateshead, and Northumberland. And I would say out of my team, I have probably less than 20 people close by. And then you can whittle it down to 10 people are not serious. They're not in it they don't know the business. They don't come to events. So they don't know the bigger picture, which was exactly what I was like when I joined. So we'll whittle it down to 10 people in 4 different areas, which really is quite easy to look after. Some of them can't come to the events, that's fine. And the people that don't go, they're still doing really well. But I find, even though, nowhere near as many of my team are in my area than all over the country, the people that are here, that come to the events, they do listen, and the people that don't, they're not going to get anywhere in the business, and that's fine with them, really. My gold leg, I'll be honest, I've never met her. I still never met her. She lives well down at the other end of the country. She couldn't come to the showcase, but even though I've never met her, I've been on the phone with her every single day. So, I admit myself, it's nice when they're close, but they can be close on the phone as well. Mm-hmm. So you just have to keep the communication anyway you can. If you're meeting them in person or on the phone, you're gonna have to let me catch up with these comments. Is her best time to post on Facebook? Definitely, yeah. So I find if you want to target the young mums, the people that go into work really early morning, 6 or 7 o'clock, and then through the day, I'd be honest, I wouldn't bother posting. I did post, but the best time for recruitment is between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock on the night. The kids have gone to bed, the parents aren't too tired, so they're on Facebook, having a browse. I think any earlier, you're not going to catch any parents, you're not going to catch anybody. And any later, I'm half asleep then, so I can imagine what other people are like. But if you're posting in your group, it depends what kind of audience you have in a group, really. So I would try posting at different times of the day, and you can see the reaction you get at different times. So I think it's entirely up to the people that you have in your group. Who's asleep? Yeah. How many are in your team now? Okay, so I've been in the business a year, and I recruited 228 people. And from that, I have a lot of people going delinquent because of the volume of people I recruited. I would say the people that I have active is 185, which can seem like a big drop, but really it's not a big drop, and I'm really happy with that from a year. What would be your best tip to the team going for 2K in a short period of time? Okay, so the best thing, or the easiest way about getting your check up, the income, everyone goes on about going gold. I think you need to go gold. There's no question about that. Go gold. So I think a lot of you are gold tonight. And then everyone's like, you need to go further, you need to go senior, you need to go bronze, blah 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 blah. And if you're in the business to have a big income, going up a pin level shouldn't be your highest priority. It's a priority to me, But the reason why I joined the business was to give him the best life possible. And the easiest way for your income to get to $2,000 is recruit wide, as many people wide as you can getting the sales on. That's what you need. I mean, the pin level is nice, and obviously you get a bit of money for going up the pin level. But for you to benefit the most, sponsor wide. And I'll tell you one of my main goals is to bloody beat Stuart's Herd's PSG, and I will do this year. I haven't sponsored in Spain, no. And I'm kind of a bit biased on Spain. I have tried, but I tell you what, my languages aren't the best, and I've never been interested in other countries. I think Spain are doing absolutely amazing. I think there's 6 gold legs now. But I have so many priorities in this country at the moment, and there's so much for this country to give. I haven't felt the need to go into Spain yet, and I will do. I will go into Spain. I'll go into all the countries that the company are going to offer. But my priority is not being in Spain. Even if I didn't recruit this year, I have so many people. My interest lies in the UK and Ireland, and I think it still will for a good half a year. But that doesn't mean to not sponsor in Spain, because I mean, if you can get into Spain, your business is going to 10 times everybody else's. It really will. I think that's all the questions I have on the chat. It will go there organically. I think it's amazing the company's gone into Spain, but we still need to explore, see how it is. And the company's going to make mistakes. That's what's going to happen. And I'd rather wait and see what the mistakes are first. What advice would you give to someone who is not getting results from post sales and recruitment? Okay, so before the advice, I'd be asking how many posts they do. I'd be asking what groups they posted into. And I think the main thing is, what does their profile look like? I had someone earlier, and she's not in my team, and she was moaning with the group, she's not getting the sales on this. And Andrew Boswell said, well, your profile's crap. You don't have a profile picture. You made your profile yesterday. There's nothing on it. And people are not going to respond to someone like that, because there's no trust. There's no nothing. So I think if you're not getting the response, have a look at your profile. When are you posting? What groups are you posting? And what are you posting? I've seen a lot of people, and the recruitment ads are like a mile long. And it's like, how would I respond to that? And so I think if they're not getting the results, you need to take so much into consideration. When are they posting? What are they posting? How much? The profile, a lot of things. Yes, I also think some questions to build up presence. You do need to build up presence. Like, I have my main account, which I've always had, and I use Richards, and I don't get much response from Richards because it's a bloke, and it sounds horrible, but you don't get much response for that. So I opened a new account, added some people, but it says your profile was ready a week ago. And people are like, well, why have you made an account a week ago and you're trying to do all this? So, I mean, I always push having a second account. But I think the main thing is how you work your original account. And I think that's the best thing. I think it's about trust. And the worst thing is, don't swear on your account. It's one of the most horrible things. And it might seem like you're being controlled by Clean Easy, but just have a nice Facebook account. It's going to help your business, and I think it'll help you in the long run as well. I think that's all the questions I can see.
There's a couple more. I don't know if you can see them or hear me. I just wondered if all your teams have, all your people in your team have large online groups.
Let me have a look. How much of your team got like? Most of my team don't have online groups. Actually, I mean, I have a really big group, and then you have people like Laura Harrison and Claire Hodgson, and they've all got 30,000. And I think the highest person in my team's probably got about 5,000. So I have a big group, but I wouldn't say just because I have a massive group, it's not helped me in the business. It has helped me, but that is not the point. And like my gold leg, she has 5,000 people in the team. It doesn't matter how high up you go. I mean, I really built because when I joined it was really exciting to me. That does not matter at all. It really doesn't. So if your group's got low members, don't worry about building. I mean, do worry, build it. But it's about the interaction as well. It's not just about getting the numbers in. It's the same with recruiting. You can get all these people in, but if you don't interact with your team, they're going to do crap. But if you get 5 people in and you work with them day in, day out, you could have 5 gold legs. So you need to work with that the same as you do with your group members as well. So how many products do they post a day? My team, I would say, I mean, some people do nothing in my team. Some people do a bit of what they want, but the people that want it, they go to the events, they want to do well. They follow there's a website called sellonfacebook.co.uk, and I think I forget now, 3 products into 30 groups or 6 products into some groups. But they follow that and they'll do at least 20 products in the wrong group a day, at least, because I make them do it. In the wrong group. I mean, like in my own group, I post at least every half hour. But with the amount of people I have in my group, they don't get notifications. It just comes up in the newsfeed. So it doesn't annoy as many people. I notice a lot of groups are getting saturated with Key Life adverts. I agree with you, Shirley. They do get saturated, but if you think, how many products do we offer? It's at least 2,000, 3,000 products. So if you're in a group, I notice bedding gets saturated because it's £30, £25. You know, it's a good way of having sales. But I found? Put the toilet roll holder in your groups. Yes, it's only, I think it's £6 now. You can get 50 orders and you can get 1 order from bedding. And I think the groups are getting saturated, and they're even getting saturated with recruitment ads, but being unique. I'm still recruiting, and I try and do as many different things. You do it as different as possible. Post the products that no one else is posting. You might think, I don't want to buy it. It's a load of crap. No one is going to buy that. But I can tell you now, there are people that will buy every single product in that catalogue. Because if they win, it wouldn't be there. Just be completely different.
Yeah.
One day Facebook will be overdone soon. Facebook is never going to be overdone. And I think some companies with Facebook will be overdone because they never ever change the products, whereas we've got a new catalogue out. I think the 1st of the 1st of February, and then we have another one out. We have catalogues out the whole of the year with hundreds of new products. So how will Facebook ever be overdone with Clean Easy? It will never be. There's too many products for it. And I think now we get the best sellers list. So people are like, I'm going to post the best sellers. Why do that? That's been the best seller of the week before. Post something different. Make yourself a new bestseller. I don't think Facebook will ever be overdone with Clean Easy. I hope it doesn't. But I think with the expansion into other countries, it's never going to be overdone. There's millions of groups. It's never, ever going to be overdone. People used to say that. People used to say that. Oh, I see. Yeah. When I joined, I didn't even know what Clean Easy was, and I don't have many customer bases. I have about 3 big ones, and the main one now is where I've just moved in. And I was going around the other day, I was picking my catalogues up, and I was like, that's not my catalogue. On the same doorstep, it had 3 catalogues, and the worst thing is there was one with Clean Easy from about 2 years before I joined. There was another one, and then there was mine, and mine had the order because I personalised my day slip, had up-to-date catalogues, and I'd done tap and tell that you approach it. If you're just putting Clean Easy catalogue in a pack with a standard thing, you're not going to get any orders because people are seeing the same old thing. But if you mix your catalogues up, knock on the door, put your own little day slip in, that's where you're going to get the orders from. And I think some people's worries are it's only for old people. That's what I get told. The catalogues are only for old people, and it's not. We've got Key Life for that. And to be honest, I love the Clean Easy products more than the Key Life. So just take your catalogues out. Never be with your bloody catalogues, because I think people get the most income from the catalogues. Never mind the online. In my back customer base. Exactly. There was I tried a new street the other week, and someone was like, "Oh, I just put a big order in with someone else because they were retiring, and didn't know someone else would be back." I was like, "Right, that's fine." I was like, and she gave me my catalogue. I think the biggest thing is getting your catalogue back. And she was like, "You can come back in another 2 weeks, and I'll do my order." And it's a £300 order every 2 months from someone that already had a catalogue. So, and she had the catalogue outside as well. It's like, never prejudge someone's health. And I've had quite a few situations like that. How do you work with people who question the quality of goods? Okay, so I'm going to be really honest here. Some of the products we sell, and in fact, it's not that. Every product we sell is a really good quality, but sometimes we get them that are a bit crap. They're broke, they've not been made properly or something like that. And I don't want the chocolate. All you have to do is, and especially with catalogue customers, just say, look, I can refund you. I can return the product and get a new one. Or you can suggest a different product. We have lots of products that are the same, like candle holders, tea light holders, all that kind of thing. And to be fair, sometimes, yes, it's embarrassing because you're at the door and like, I don't want this. But if you keep like, well, I do not want it, you're never going to get an order from them again. But if you say to them, oh, I'm really sorry, what's the problem? How can I help? What can I do? And you resolve the issue for them, they're going to be like, well, yes, that product is not what I wanted. But when you put the catalogue through, the next time they see something, well, I'm going to order again because I know if it's not what I want, or if it's not as good, I know that it's going to get sorted. And it does, yes, it does. It all comes down to customer services. I had someone, I can't remember what, she ordered something, and as we all know in the catalogues, it gives the exact measurements of everything. But in the pictures, you can have something that looks like this, and it's about this big when you get it in real life. But I had someone like that, and I just said, well, the measurements are there. I can return it if you want and refund it. And she was like, well, no, it's fine. But if I'd have been gone, well, you should have looked at the bloody catalogue. She's never going to order again, is she? But she has. It's all down to how you speak to your customers. And it's the same online as well. It's the exact same. I don't know if we have any more questions. You have been great. Thank you, Stephen. Do you know the weirdest thing is I can read all these questions in the chat, but I can't actually see my face. So I probably actually you're probably looking at me at my wall really, than actually looking at my face.
I'm not sure if Lynn can get through just because. Oh, we can hear you just now.
See if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Can everybody hear me? And
Yes.
And if not, carry on, Jane.
Yeah.
I really
Yes, Lynn.
I wanted to thank Nicole. I want her to be hearing me. Oh, you can hear me. Brilliant. I just can't see myself. I can only see Ursula and Bianca just now. So hi, guys. Nicole, thank you so much. Can everybody take their mics off and give her a massive, massive thank you? Take your mics off and say thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Nikki.
And Jane, if you could close the meeting, I'm breaking up.
Yeah, that would be a good way to show our gratitude, wouldn't it?
Thank you so much.
Jane, can you hear
Yes,
me?
right.
Thank you, Nikki.
Glad you could all hear me.
Yeah.
No, you were fabulous.
It's a break now. It's not, it's his dad's home.
Oh.
Are you going to say bye-bye?
Oh.
Lynn,
And the whole
when I was making events, so I will say, I think everybody will say how much we've enjoyed that. How great it was of you to stay on for so long, especially if it takes it out of your work schedule. And we all appreciate it. And I think I can speak for everybody there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
Thank you, and good night, everyone. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Oh, look at him.
Thanks, Nicole. Bye. Nicole, later. Bye, everybody.
Yes.
I don't know even how to get out. Bye, everybody.